the man is highly entertaining, and clearly the folks at WWE took notice and tapped him into Wrestlemania.
Tagged him in.
Tagged him in?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And he tapped out The Miz? Tagged him in?
Tagged him in.
Thank you. Thanks, TJ. I'm glad that you were there for me.
Well, I mean,
it's amazing that he had a tight end university
Brandon,
tank
you know
top
that.
right
You know better
underneath.
than anyone about that.
And so immediately I had to reach out because it was great to see him in such a huge spot here in Los Angeles, California. He is the great Georg Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers and also Wrestlemania. Good to chat with you, George.
Wow, Rich, always a pleasure. Did I hear earlier that I'm opening for Matt Damon?
Yes, correct. That is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I might just stay on and just listen to your guys' conversation.
You know, George,
Sure.
George, I'm sure you've got the plan to handle that on your cell phone. I'm sure you can do that.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll connect to Wi-Fi. It's fine. Matt Damon, I mean, one of my favorite actors from Ocean, 11, 12, 13.
You need
banger movies.
You need to see this movie air, George. It's really well done. It's great. That's what he's coming on to promote. It's amazing about Jordan signing with Nike.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've seen the trailer for that. I'm really looking forward to it. That looks. Him and Affleck are fantastic together. I always like watching them. They feel like they're really true. So that chemistry, it just goes right over to the screen.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And how about you, man? So walk me through your night, man. Saturday night. That was wild. That must have been like up there for you in terms of the all-time great things that you've done in your life, George.
Yeah. I mean, I had Pat McAfee called me earlier in the week. Goes, hey, I've been pestering him a little bit since last year. I was like, hey, man, if you ever need someone to help you in the ring, I'm available. Don't care when. And then, he kind of stepped away from wrestling for a little bit.
Yep.
Saw him. He was like, hey, you still interested? Like, of course. Just hit me up. And then this past week, he said, hey, I might have something for you. Are you still interested? And I said, yeah. You have my number. I'll be there regardless. If you want me to hop in the ring, do whatever you want. I can hit someone with a table, hit someone with a chair, jump on the ladder. Probably not. But I'll do anything you want me to do. And then I got to talk to Triple H, Mr. H. Sorry. Talk to him a little bit. He gave me the rundown. And then, Pat, The Miz, and me making some magic on night one of WrestleMania in L.A. How fun.
So you're saying you've been telling Pat, hey, hook me up if you need me. I'm ready to be hooked up. And the first time he finally hooked you up was for WrestleMania. Is that right?
Yeah, just Pat McAfee, just guys being dudes. He's one of the boys.
Yep.
Just said, hey, suggested me for a bit, what they were doing. Say, hey, he's going to be there. And like I said, every time he posts anything about wrestling, I throw him a little DMs, and I just throw him the sideways eyes, like, hey, I'm here. And just letting him know that I'm still available. But it's just how it came to be. He just gave me a call, and the next thing you know, I'm in WrestleMania on Saturday, just kind of talking about it. And then Saturday night hits, and you know what? It was one of the most, I think it was the second most anxiety I've ever had in my life behind seeing it with Kelly Clarkson.
So NFL honor still tops. This past year's NFL honor still tops in terms of anxiety.
Oh my gosh, Rich, I was so scared. I don't sing much in front of people. At least WWE, hey, I'm fully invested in it. I watch it. I watch Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I'm in it. Follow it all on Twitter. Yeah, singing a Kelly Clarkson song. Not, I don't do that weekly. It's not something I do all the time, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. But having to jump over the barrier, trying not to catch my feet, overthinking everything. But, the good news at the end of the day is that I'm really good at hitting people, and so that was pretty natural for me.
Although, George, I got to tell you, the moves you were putting on The Miz would be 15 yards in your normal profession, in your day job or your night job. That's 15 yards.
Not if I'm carrying the football.
Huh. Interesting. So in that regard, it did look like you were a complete natural here, George. Was there no rehearsal with The Miz the first time that you started making these maneuvers? There was no, practicing these maneuvers in any way, shape, or form, George?
He gave me he talked me through it for about 5 minutes, and then he's like, you know what, you got it, you're good to go. I don't want to put too much stuff in your head. Just go hit me. And it was fun too. Then once I was walking back to my seat after the rehearsal, he goes, one of the other guys goes, hey, make sure you hit him harder than he thinks he's going to get hit. It'll look better. So I was like, all right, sounds good. Wow. That was really fun.
He's a big Browns fan, right, George?
Oh, trust me, we were talking about that. every time I see the Miz, we talk football. It's fantastic. He's big into fantasy football. So we were talking about that. I know I always tell everybody just draft Christian McCaffrey number 1. It's your best bet. After that, I couldn't tell you. But that's a for sure. Whether he's going to be hot, so I would just keep drafting him number 1. That'd be my number 1.
Well, okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a fantasy league with him, George. So I know he's diehard, but he also he chooses too many Cleveland Browns. He does. That's always been his Achilles heel. You found the other one with the clothesline. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. And then Pat punted his face to the moon.
He did.
Yep.
Hey, did you see the bump that Pat took jumping from the top to the ground?
Yeah.
Like, he hit full. I mean, the Miz helped out a little bit, but that was full spine on the canvas.
Yeah.
When Pat put out a photo on his, he Instagrammed out a photo of it. It looks photoshopped. Where he's
upside down.
He's upside down at a 45-degree angle, heading down to the ground. It looked like, okay, let's just take Pat McAfee standing upright. Someone will just tilt it, flip it upside down. That was unbelievable. That was unreal.
If you look at it again, I'm in the very background with my jaw on the floor, going, holy shnikes, what am I about to witness?
Oh, man.
Wow.
George, that is so unbelievable. That was so cool. And then for you to rep TEU like that, come on now.
You know what? That was actually my wife's idea. That was awesome, because I know the thing was Pat always wears the black tank, the wife beater, and I was like, you know what, I feel like I got to hype him up by wearing a black tank, and we just brought one of my Tight End U shirts, cut the sleeves off the day of. We're like, hey, what's better than Tight End U and a bunch of chubbies here live at Wrestlemania? So,
George,
yeah, it came together perfectly.
Let me tell you something, George. Let me pound the table for you and your colleagues, okay? 2023. The 3 men who created Tight End University. Greg Olson calls a Super Bowl in which Travis Kelce wins it, and then off of that hosts Saturday Night Live, and then you show up in a TEU tank top at WrestleMania. This is the greatest tight end year ever. I can't imagine. This is it. We haven't, we've just played one football game in it. This is it, George. This is the pinnacle, one would think.
You know what? Or it's just the foundation for great things to come, Rich.
Attaboy.
We're just building up. And you know what? I mean, you talk about Greg Olson, how fantastic of a job he did with the Super Bowl. All I heard was good things about him, and I thought he did a fantastic job. Kelce out there scoring touchdowns, winning another one, putting 2 in his resume, and being able to hop over, get in the ring, celebrate, throw the double birds up like Stone Cold in WrestleMania. That was a lifetime experience for me. It's kind of like an achievement unlocked, and when you're playing a game, that was crazy. Did not think that was going to happen, but it did. But it's a great year for tight ends. Yeah, and it's just going to continue to get better, Rich, and it just can continually get better each day, each week. We can keep stacking great years on top of them, and then the tight ends are just going to take over the world.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I need to look up the record for tight ends chosen in the first round of an NFL draft, and that this is going to be that month where that record gets broken. It's too good right now for tight ends. It's just you're on a roll. And let's not forget, though, there's only one who repped Tight End University with their platform. I mean, it's not like Olsen, opened up his shirt and tie during the Super Bowl and there's a TEU, or Kelce did it in his American Girl doll sketch on Saturday Night Live. You actually repped it, George. You repped it, man. You got it done.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Attaboy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it's
I'm psyched for you.
It means a lot to us. It means a lot to us. So, just got to get it out there. And, hey, it's coming up June 20th. It's coming to Nashville. It's an easy flight, man. I did a red eye last night, and I got in.
Well, when is it? Because, good Lord, am I overdue for a trip to the bus, even though they haven't put a motor on it. And I'm a man of principle, kind of like Lamar Jackson, where I'm not gonna make a deal until I get what I want.
I respect that.
But they still don't have a motor on it. So when is Tight End University? This
it's June 20th. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Opening night is on that Tuesday, June 20th, and it's kind of a meet and greet upstairs at a rooftop restaurant and bar area, hang out, everyone gets to see each other.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, Thursday are the meeting days, plus on the field stuff. It's fun
okay,
too. You know, I've got some. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to release some surprises yet, but
okay.
You know, hopefully you can have me back on later.
Yes, yes, George.
And I'll announce that you're going to be there too. You know, in Nashville.
Okay.
And you know, Bus with the Boys is going to be a part of it.
Of course, they are.
It's going to be pretty fun.
They're local. They're local.
They are local.
All right, before I let you go, George, you want to chime in on, I don't know if you're able to catch Iowa versus LSU.
You know what? It was literally on right before I left. So I watched the whole game.
Uh-huh.
I did. What do you want to know my thoughts on?
What are your thoughts on I guess let's get right into, the end where, Angel Reese is getting lit up for giving your wrestling moves, the you can't see me John Cena move towards Caitlin Clark. What do you think of that?
Well, you know what? Being in the league, I've realized you have to appreciate people for who they are, and everyone comes from different walks of life, and you can't really judge people because you've never walked a day in their shoes. Right. So I'm not going to judge anyone for that. I would have been a little bit different. I think I'm more the Caitlin Clark route, but shake hands. There's not much you can say after you lose, anyways.
She kind of did it. She kind of did it against Louisville. She did it against Haley Van Lith.
100%. Oh yeah. I mean, she's on fire. She's dropping 35 points, and you can't see me. You can't touch me. To me, that's pretty deserved. But like when you talk and then when you're winning, and then when you lose, hey, you're bound to get it back in your face. That's just kind of what happened.
Yep.
LSU, they took advantage of it. They got the win. They were able to do that. Is it does it look the greatest? Probably not. But hey, she won. She can say what she wants to say, and that's how people are going to see her. She's a phenomenal basketball player, so she gets to say what she wants to say. That's the blessing of when you're on top and you get a win. You get to do whatever you want to do. I mean, look at the Super Bowl and Juju talking crap to the Eagles. Like that's just. It's not what everybody might do, but if that's how you want to play it, that's how you want to play your cards, hey, go for it, man. That's not me, but good for you for winning.
And Caitlin Clark, have you connected with her at all during her remarkable run at all?
Yeah, it's actually fun. One of my wife's best friends is related to her, so I've only met her like once or twice, maybe. I don't get back to her too much, but stay in contact over social media once in a while. But
right.
She's just a huge fan. How fun of a player. How electric. And 40 points, averaging over 30. Just an absolute stud. Scoring on 75% of all the possessions are Caitlin Clark. I mean, how fun to watch. Just an absolute superstar. And I really hope she plays again in college just because she's just going to make that sport so much better. And it just gives more people a chance to see all the amazing things that she can do and allows kids to see her and be like, hey, I want to do that someday too. And maybe changes the way that they train and changes the way they shoot the ball. And maybe they're all shooting like Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark in the future.
Yeah, I hear you. And this was also an opportunity where you could complain about the refs and not get fined. That was that.
You know what? I already tweeted about it. It's not even just towards Iowa. I thought they were, not to offend anybody, but I thought they were horrendous on both sides of the ball. And you can look all over. I mean, everyone was saying that. I mean, like, I've never seen, I have seen it, but it's been a while since I've seen refs just absolutely dominate a basketball game. Just like, dominated. It was crazy. I mean, Caitlin's technical, outrageous.
That was.
Some of the fouls on the LSU girls were horrendous too. It was back and forth, just terrible calls. And it's just like, let the girls play. Basketball is a violent sport too, in its own regard. You're not tackling people and stuff like that, but you can throw a bow once in a while, use your legs, box out. Like, you can be a little violent. And the fact that they're just like protecting them is pretty outrageous. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Let the girls play.
Yeah, Angel Reese set the entire second quarter. It kind of, but that's when
that's not good for the sport. Now, good for
Jasmine Carson. She lit it up.
Yeah.
She lit it up. That kind of put the game out of reach a bit. But anyway, I'm glad you got a chance to catch that.
They got it back down to 7 in the third quarter. Rich, relax.
No, I know.
Relax.
I know.
Her coming in and going. That bank shot at the end too. That looked like me out there shooting up there, just throwing and saying Kobe. And it went in, and I love seeing that stuff. That's good for the sport of basketball. And I'll congratulations to LSU. Happy for them. Feel bad for the Iowa girls, but hey, they're a fantastic team, and hopefully Caitlin Clark's coming back.
Hey, before I let you go, my wrestling aficionado TJ Jefferson wants to ask you something because he was at Wrestlemania all weekend long.
Yeah, actually,
you ran into him.
I ran into George's room.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
What's up, brother?
I know he tried to put me in a headlock. It was crazy.
Security had to pry me off. George, of course, I'm sure that the NFL career is going to last for a long time, and you're going to have much success. But when you finally hang the cleats up, is getting in the ring something something that you've given any thought to? Because, I mean, what I saw from you on Friday, man, it looked like you were obviously having a blast, and you've got the size, you've got the physicality. So, you know, is that something you'd look into?
I am about 5 minutes from making a phone call to get a wrestling installed at my house in a barn. So
really?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to any opportunity. Like I said, Mr. H has my number. That's not a phone call I'll ever ignore. So I'm always open to participating in fun, violent events.
I'm with it. And if you need a wise man, if you need a Paul Heyman character, you know, I'll just suggest myself, and I'll just throw that out there for you.
Booker T said he was going to do that for me.
Oh, okay.
You can go. Yeah, you can one-on-one Booker T, and if you can beat him, you got it.
Well, no, you'd have two brothers with dreadlocks in your corner, so, I mean, I don't see how you could lose.
Yeah, we ain't getting beat. No, sir. No, sir.
George, you're the best, man. Thanks for taking the time after such a big weekend, and you're just flying across the country and stuff. Let's connect soon. Congrats. It's always great seeing you have fun in big spots and surprising people. That was fun.
Oh, thank you so much, Rich. Thanks to you and the boys. Hey, and again, you have my number as well, Rich. I'm always available for you, my guy.
Okay, absolutely. As you know, I tagged you into this, and I appreciate you taking me out. So thanks again.
Rich, I got one more thing for you. I spent, after the first night of WrestleMania, I got to hang out with Pat and some of the guys backstage, drink a couple brewskis.
Yep.
One of the guys lives in Columbus, Ohio, I'm pretty sure he said. He's a Michigan guy. And he was in my ear the whole night about Michigan. I'm like, what is it about you Michigan guys and telling everybody that you love Michigan?
Yeah.
It's outrageous. Great, fantastic person, though. He's like, you know what I've learned, too? The video crew for WWE is like the equipment managers for football. They're probably the coolest people that don't get enough respect, so I just want to give them a huge shout-out because they were very fun after that WrestleMania.
Well, I appreciate it. The reason why we're so vocal about it, it's true. It's because it was an incredible experience, and I'm sure you had just an incredible experience at Iowa. And it's just there's more of us. There's more of us. We're everywhere. You cannot avoid it. And plus, we're givers. We like to give. Yeah. We like to give and talk about our experiences and hope it washes on the people that are listening. So that's maybe it.
I think everybody else takes it as us like you're forcing it down our throats. No. And I don't know if everyone wants to know that you went to Michigan, how much you guys like the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Because there might be more Iowa people out there, but we just don't, go announce it to everybody.
Well, George,
it's okay, Rich. I love you.
To use the Boogie Nights phrase, that's a YP. That's your problem that you don't share it. That's a YP.
I know. I will share it to everyone else that Caitlin Clark's a dog.
There you go.
That's all. I'll stand on that one.
And I agree. She's unbelievable to watch. Thanks for the call, George. You take care of yourself, brother. Be well.
Let's have fun with Matt Damon. Please tell him I'm a huge fan.
I will do that. Thank you very much. It's George Kittle, everybody, right here.
George.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.